Do All Outdoors offers a wide variety of tools to help make your hunt go as smoothly as possible. Among their innovations is a great lineup of ground augers that are a must for any ground blind hunting situation. Let's join Wade out in the field for a few tips on making the most of your ground blind with Do All Outdoors.
You know, hunting to me is something I'm thinking about 12 months out of the year. And so when I'm planning a lot of the different stands or pop-up locations that we're going to be hunting, I'm thinking about future deer activity and future deer movement. This particular location right here is a large food plot that we've got, and I know that the deer primarily are bedding back in this direction right here. Well, the prevailing wind for this location is normally blowing this way about 10 months out of the year. However, when we start getting into that pre-rut, rut, and post-rut, we start having some big cold fronts in this area where the wind's going to be coming dead in my face right here. So this isn't a stand that we built this early in the year with plans of hunting right now. It's one that we plan on using much later in the year. We know from past history a lot of deer work the edge of this field. They're making scrapes, they're heading out in the field in the late evening, and then as the sun comes up, they come back the same way to go to their bedding area back over here. So we've built this pop-up with plans for future hunts. We may only have an opportunity to hunt this blind once or twice a year, but in those times when the wind is blowing right into those windows and going out that way, it's going to be a prime location for hopefully a big buck or maybe somebody's first doe. So when I look at setting up pop-ups, I'm always looking at the different shooting, angles and stuff here. And I've really got 3 different shooting lanes here that we're going to clear out. And be thinking about the distances, that some of your arrows are going to take off out of your bow to make sure you clean the canopy up in the right way. But never cut so much brush that you're going to be able to get picked off when it comes time to move. I actually took down a little Sinisa bush here that I'm using on the blind now. And this blind that we've got right here, I really like its design because it's got all these little loops around it right here where I can go in and brush it up. Now granted, I know I'm probably not hunting once again for some time here, but I like the way it looks now, and I can come in and brush it up again as I get closer to it. I also spend a lot of time kind of making some 3D looks to it. I'll find an old dead brush and put it out here and just create that illusion of darkness in there many times. So when you start clearing out your shooting lanes, get in here, pay attention to where you think your best shots are going to be, but never, ever clean so much that you're going to get picked off when it comes time to draw. Anchoring down a pop-up to me is one of the most important things. You're going to have some storms that are going to come in. You're going to have some bad weather, and really being able to secure all the different lines off to the side to where they can basically work against each other to keep this thing in good position in those high windy days is really key. The other thing is anchoring down the bottom all the way around. A lot of people will only put 1 or 2 down. You're just asking for trouble there when you're gone, when the wind gets in, can get underneath it. I always make sure and go each corner in the middle when I have those opportunities to really secure it down. The other thing you can do is push a lot of this stuff up underneath there in different positions to help, kind of keep some of the different varmints from getting up inside your blind. And then finally, pay attention to where you plan on sitting in your blind. Get in there with your bow or your rifle or whatever and practice raising and lowering, making sure you're clearing everything, making sure there's nothing in the way, and it will definitely help you be better prepared when it comes time for that moment of truth when you're hunting in a pop-up. All right, we've just about got this blind really set up exactly how we want it. I'm gonna grab my bow in just a minute and actually practice drawing in here, making sure I'm clearing top to bottom. Got my quiet chair in here from Cabela's. I wanna make sure when I wrap this whole thing up that I'm ready to go so that the next time I come to this stand, I'll be here for business. And one final thing, when I'm getting ready to leave this area, I always want to make sure and pull everything down that's gonna be behind me. I'm not gonna be looking back behind me during this hunt right here, so I want to get as much darkness behind me as I can. So when I'm drawing, or when I'm raising that gun, raising that muzzleloader, rifle, whatever it may be, nothing's gonna pick off that movement. It's gonna give me more time to make the shot that I'm looking for.
We'll be right back.